the spooky, the scary skeletons, and of course, football. I mean baseball. Playoff baseball, in fact, that's what we're going to be talking about today. Hi, my name is Snoot. I'm a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, so all I know is pain and suffering, and never ever, since 2015, have I ever gotten a chance to be in playoff baseball. But I'm not the only person here. I have two others with me who are going to introduce themselves now!
I'm Scoom. I'm a fan of the Cardinals, unlike somebody here. My team is in the playoffs.
I'm Cam. I'm British, so I shouldn't really be into baseball, but these two dweebs dragged me into it. I'm a New York Mets fan, and I'm in the playoffs, unlike Snoop.
Yeah, I'm the only one not in the playoffs. I'm the only person who actually gets to enjoy watching playoff baseball.
I think the Cardinals are in the spot. We'll get into World Series predictions when we get there.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Anyways, that's
in
what we're
any
doing
case,
today. That's what we're doing today. World Series predictions for the first episode. I definitely did not plan this out. This just happened. I swear. I promise.
so
This
those not in the know, you can find the teams that are in the playoffs at MLB.com/postseason.
Yeah, but we're just gonna tell you which teams they are anyway. I forgot to put this up on the fucking screen.
You got in the wild cards for the American League. You've got in the order of the seed, in the order of the not the seeds. Sorry, I actually I'll go in the order of the seeds, but that'll also include the division series. So the American League's playoff teams are the Houston Astros, New York Yankees, Cleveland Guardians, Toronto Blue Jays, Seattle Mariners, and Tampa Bay Rays.
Yes. And then for the National League, you have the Los Angeles Dodgers, whoopty fucking do. You have the Atlanta Braves, who
fuck you.
who not a lot of us really enjoy.
Yeah,
then,
no, you're saying no. Yeah,
I was a little sour about the Braves, and I get it.
yeah,
Fuck the Braves.
especially after last weekend. And then you have the St. Louis Cardinals.
yay.
That's me, baby. That's my team.
Going back to the Braves. Fuck the Braves. Braves is a slur now.
The other National League teams in the playoffs are the New York Mets, San
Yay.
Diego Padres, and the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah.
Honorable mention to the Brewers. They were almost here, but they're not.
I would like to also give an honorable mention to the Baltimore Orioles. You fought valiantly, soldiers, but it just isn't your time yet.
I can't say the same for the Brewers. You guys just got bopped, you know.
You got fucking bodied. All right, so we're gonna.
I make little weird sounds when I laugh.
All right, so we're gonna go over this series by series. Basically, which series happens first. We're gonna go one at a time for our predictions. And we're gonna go through every series until we have two teams for the World Series, in which case we will not share who we think will win the World Series until everybody has their World Series prediction. So
Mets on top.
which one do you guys want to go first?
I am Scooby.
You go first. Walk me through the process. We're going series by series, right? So are we going from top to bottom, or
We're going from we're going from the wild card. Basically, I just have the postseason schedule out, and we're just gonna go from there.
Okay, I'll be real with you. I can't see. My glasses are actually blurry. So
That's okay. We'll tell you which teams are in the wild card.
okay,
Yeah.
please do. Because
Okay.
I'm gonna have a headache.
All right. So,
So I guess first things first, you've got the American League wild card, where you have in the 6 and 3 seed the Tampa Bay Rays and the Cleveland Guardians.
yeah.
Tampa Bay Rays and the Cleveland Guardians.
The wild card. Okay, so
Um,
a thing about the wild card, it's a best of 3 series. So whoever wins 2 games moves on.
Okay.
And the Guardians start with home advantage, don't they?
Yeah, all 3 games the higher seed has home advantage.
Yeah, I
I'm
truly, I'm unsure which of them is going to win. The Guardians have an overall better track record, but I also generally, I think the Rays are gaining momentum as a team.
Yeah.
I think
Uh
this is one of the bouts that can go either way.
yeah. Uh I guess I'll just go first then. For Tampa Bay Rays and Cleveland Guardians. Uh hmm. I'm torn on this one because on one hand, you know, the Guardians, they're the youngest team in the postseason. They have excellent pitching. They have some really good defense. They play small ball, so like whatever they need to advance runners on the bases and whatnot, they do that. Uh, they have good hitters, but the Rays have almost all of that too. Plus, they have Wander Franco and Randy Arozarena, who are like really good. They've got some really good pitchers. You know what?
And the Rays have more of a pedigree
Yeah.
since the Guardians don't exactly have a past to look back on.
You know.
One that we want to talk about at least.
You know what? I'm still salty about the Chris Archer trade. Guardians all the way. 3 games.
3
Uh,
games.
3 games. It'll take 3 games, but the Guardians will pull it out.
All right, I think that the Rays will get it.
The Rays.
But
Okay.
like I said, I think that it could very well go either way.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, after what I've heard, I think the Rays. Yeah, I think the Rays.
All right. So, let me get my.
Only time will tell on that one, but the odds are in the favor of the Guardians since they have the better track record.
They also have home field advantage.
What is the other AL wildcard?
The other AL wild card is the Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays. I'll let Snoop predict first as usual.
All right. Hold on, I'm just writing this stuff down.
Oh my god, you're illiterate. You can write.
Shut the fuck up.
That's a first.
I mean, you have to learn how to read to learn that the Pirates have a lower score than the enemy team.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. All right.
I guess it would be more like learning how to count, but anyway.
AL wildcard number 2, Mariners and Blue Jays. This is another one that I'm really torn about. I'm not as mad at either of these teams as I am at the Rays. So I won't choose based on past bumblings by our front office. But I'm going with the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays, they have, okay, so the Mariners, all right, they have the pieces, but they're not there yet. You know, it's
the Mariners, don't get me wrong, don't get us wrong. are an impressive team.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that they have broken the longest playoff drought in American sports is pretty amazing, but I don't think that they are going to get that far in the postseason off of that alone.
I feel like they're gonna get their asses whooped.
Yeah, I am also. I think overall we're pretty unanimous here on the Blue Jays will probably come out on top between these two.
Yeah.
The
Uh,
Blue Jays, I'm a little bit biased because I'm actually from Canada despite being a Cardinals fan. But the Blue Jays have been better for longer. And I don't think the momentum that the Mariners have is going to carry them over the course of 2 games against the Blue Jays.
I mean, I think obviously it's a no-brainer, but the longer you've had that momentum, the better you are. So Blue Jays.
That's why it's a surprise to fucking nobody that the Dodgers made the playoffs again. Because
It's the fucking Dodgers.
that's the status quo at this point. You just sort of come to expect it. And it's not good. It's by no means good for baseball, but it's the reality of baseball right now.
yeah.
In any case, NL wildcards now.
Yeah.
You've got in the 6th seed the Philadelphia Phillies and the 3 seed the St. Louis Cardinals. I will let you go first, Snoot, because I'm biased here.
I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious. The Cardinals are gonna win.
If the Cardinals don't win, I'm not 6'4".
If the Cardinals do not win, it'll be the biggest failure in modern sports history.
Yeah, honestly, it seems. Honestly, yeah, we're of the same mind on that. My rationale being not only do the Cardinals have the home advantage, but the Cardinals are the best team in NL Central.
I mean, that's not really saying much, but like,
They're sure as hell better than the Phillies, though, because the NL East still has a lot of good teams, and I don't think the Phillies classifies as one of them.
yeah, yeah. I picked the Cardinals because they have, it's the feel-good season basically. You've got Albert Pujols and Paul Goldschmidt. Wait, no, not Paul Goldschmidt. Sorry, Yadier Molina. Retiring after this year. You have Paul Goldschmidt, who could very well be the National League MVP when all is said and done. You've got Nolan.
Yeah, like
You've got Nolan Arenado, one of the best defensive third basemen in baseball, basically. You got Adam Wainwright, who this could also be his last year, but he hasn't, said anything. He hasn't made anything official yet. And then you've also got a couple of other really good arms behind him. We got a pretty solid bullpen, some pretty solid hitters after Pujols and Arenado and Goldschmidt and all that. Overall, the Cardinals, yeah, they're the easy favorite for me in this series.
yeah, we've got a very good lineup, and I think out of anyone in the postseason, they have the strongest motivation to shoot for the World Series.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if the Phillies do somehow win, then I think that is bad for the NL. What does CS stand for again?
Conference series.
Okay, well, I think that spells like. I think if the Phillies do somehow win, then that is effectively going to guarantee the Braves a spot in the conference series because there's no way in hell that the Phillies are going to beat the Braves.
Yeah, no.
The Braves have too much momentum right now. I think they have some of the best pitching in the East Division.
Yeah, pretty much.
So time to the lower end of the NL wild card.
Yeah.
That is the 5 and 4 seeds.
Yeah.
The 5 seed being the San Diego Padres, and the 4 seed being the New York Mets. Now, I'm going to start by saying this is a very unfavorable position for the Mets. The Mets nearly got the 2 seed, but they only needed to, if I recall right, they only needed to win 1 game against the Braves to secure that position.
Yes, yes,
Yep.
they did.
But
And he
they
shot the
won
bed.
exactly 0. So now the Braves are here, and not rather now the Mets are here, and being in the 4 seed is actually kind of a bad position for them because the Mets, I think, could play well against the Phillies or the Cardinals. But I think that the Padres are going to be a real challenge for them.
Yeah.
So that is my prediction. I think the Padres will win that wild card series.
Okay.
What are your all thoughts? Snoop first.
All right. I'm gonna write yours down first, though. Okay. All right. So you brought up some really good points with the Padres. It is a very, very unfavorable matchup for the Mets. You've got Manny Machado. You've got Juan Soto. You know, you got Joe Musgrove, who recently got extended, like hella extension. Like he got paid. He got paid, and I'm very proud of him. You also have Blake Snell. You know, you have Yu Darvish. Josh Hader, who they got from the Brewers, hasn't really been that good, but you know, he's still a threat. He could, you know, turn it around this postseason. You know who else could turn it around this postseason? Josh Bell, the first baseman / DH for the Padres. However, there's no way that the Padres can match the overall power of Jacob deGrom, Max Scherzer, and if necessary, Chris Bassett. So
Not Taiwan Walker. Because
The-
Taiwan
the-
Walker fucking
Padres, the Padres, they don't have a single left-handed pitcher, do they?
they have a few. They have a few. They have Daniel Vogelback, who is really good against right-handers. Left-handers, not so much. In fact, the DH spot for the Mets is at an all-time low against left-handed pitchers. However, they did just call up Francisco Alvarez, who could fix that. I thought he was fine during the Braves series, you know, National Series, got his first hit, first home run, and first RBI in just one swing of the bat. I think
He's in the first inning.
Yeah, maybe. You know, so and then of course, for the Mets, you've got Eduardo Escobar, all right? You've got Francisco Lindor. You've got Pete Alonso. You've got Jeff McNeil, the NL batting champ. In terms of overall average, batting average. You've got you got Brandon Nimmo, Starling Marte, who is currently injured but might come back. We don't know. So with that all being said,
I think it'll be integral for the Mets in the postseason that Starling Marte gets back into the game. Because the Mets have really been crippled by the fact that Starling Marte got his finger broken against the Pirates.
Yeah. So, despite
I want to say that he wasn't even the only person who got injured by the Pirates that game, but I digress.
Okay. So despite Scoom's earlier points against the Mets, I still pick the Mets to win this series.
Cam, what's your take?
You already know me. I am a Mets fan, obviously. So I say that the Mets are going to win. Most of the points that have been brought up by Snoot are what I agree with, because the only way, well, I say that the only way that we're going to win is probably by pitching, and we're going to get through with deGrom and Scherzer, probably. It is essential that Marte comes back. It was unfortunate that his finger was broken, but we need it. There has been news of him. He's been doing some drills, so hopefully we get him back. But yeah, I say that the Mets are going to win with great difficulty. Obviously, they're going to have to rely on all of their power hitters. So Daniel Vogelbach, and then you've got Escobar, and you've got Lindor.
I think
It's
if they do win,
be tough.
it's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those 3-game series.
It's going to be one of those 3-game series.
Yeah, probably.
The Mets will have fucking earned it.
Yeah, because the Met, one of the defending things for the Mets is this whole season the Mets have been relying on Edwin Diaz in the 9th inning and sometimes in the 8th.
Which they
he's
should.
always,
He's a good closer.
He
Yeah,
has
he's a
he has the
really good
lowest
closer.
he has the
He
lowest
strikes out,
ERA in the Mets, if I recall.
Yeah, he strikes out 50%.
He has the power of the anime
batters.
camera angle. Every time the camera angle does some like action, like anime like thing or whatever, he strikes the batter out every single time. Every
Literally,
time.
all you need
magic.
to do is that anime camera angle, and then he fucking annihilates them.
Yeah, with like a
He
yeah,
licks
with like
his
a
lips too. That's like another like.
yeah. He licks his lips. The anime camera angle happens, and then he throws a 102-mile-per-hour fastball that absolutely destroys the batter. Not literally.
Yeah.
Not literally. He's not hitting
Diaz-
batters.
Diaz would be the only person that hits batters is Taiwan Walker because he personally walks the whole team to third base. I
Is
like
he-
that. Thank you for that.
Is it even legal to hit the batter anymore?
On accident, yes. On purpose, no.
Oh,
Because I know that used to be a thing. At least if I remember right, they used to be a thing.
yeah. Now you have to be boring and just throw the balls out of the strike zone.
Yeah.
To be fair, now baseballs are so fast that if one hits you, that is a broken bone.
Yeah. Ask Marte
Yeah.
how that feels.
Fuck you.
All right, so for the wild card games, I picked the Guardians and Blue Jays. Scoom picked the Rays and Blue Jays, and Cam picked the Rays. Also picked the Rays and Blue Jays. And then for the NL, I picked Cardinals and Mets. Scoom picked Cardinals and Padres, and then Cam also picked Cardinals and Mets. So taking
One thing we can say is the Cardinals and the Blue Jays, they're both like unanimous votes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Here's-
no-brainer.
Here's where things get tricky. Because now we go into
Yeah.
the divisional series.
Well, yeah, whoever wins in the wild cards goes up against the 1 or 2 seed, depending on their position in the bracket.
Yeah.
Because those teams got a bye
Okay.
as their bonus.
Yeah. So first we're gonna do the ALDS.
In which the 1 seed is the Houston Astros and the 2 seed is the New York Yankees.
We're gonna go with the Yankees first. And are we still starting with me, or do one of you guys want to go first?
I do
We can
want to say something.
Okay.
All right.
I personally am of the opinion that whoever wins the top half of the wild card in the American League, I don't think that either of them are going to be able to beat the Yankees. This is not out of a position of bias. I don't particularly like the Yankees,
I
but
don't
the
think
Yankees
anybody
are really
does.
good.
That is true.
Yeah,
That
no.
is true.
Derek Jeter is the devil.
Yeah. All right. So, Scoom, if you are going first, you and Cam both have the Rays against the Yankees.
And yeah, I absolutely don't think that the Rays would beat the Yankees.
Yeah, the Yankees. This this final month for the Yankees has just been home runs. It's been mostly based around Judge. I think it was he shattered the record, didn't he, with the 60-second on Tuesday?
The AL record, but yes.
Yeah, AL record. But yeah, I
I
think
think
the
Yankees morale's
Yankees.
through the roof right now.
Yeah, yeah. The Yankees are. I think Yankees are also still leading on home runs, quite a bit more than any others.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've got they've got the potential. Everybody knows it. Nobody likes them, but they're gonna fucking do it.
All right. So you
What
both
do you
are.
think about the Guardians versus Yankees?
All
Because yeah,
right.
both of us think the Yankees would beat the Rays.
Okay. This is a 5-game series for the NLDS, for the division series, by the way.
I'm
So
guessing whoever wins 3 gets the series.
yeah, whoever wins 3. Uh, here's what I think. All right, the Guardians, right? Nobody expected them to even be here, right? But because of good pitching, good defense, solid hitting, small ball play, they made it in. Also, maybe having to do with the fact that the Twins and the White Sox both shit the bed aggressively during this season, and the Guardians just took advantage of that. But it may
And
not.
the Orioles got pushed out because of external reasons.
Yeah, but not all things are as crystal clear as they seem. Despite the fact that Aaron Judge, hit the home run record for the AL, despite the fact that, the Yankees can basically take anything and hit and hit it over the wall, the Yankees this past 12 years or 13 years, however long it's been, have not done super well in the postseason. It's basically every single year they get super hyped up, mostly by their fan base, as this team. They can make it to the World Series, they can get there, they can do it. They just need to make that final push, and then they never make that final push. Which was extremely evident last year when Kyle Schwarber, for the Red Sox at the time, for the second time in his career, launched a home run off of Garrett Cole that went into the seats. I've not fully recovered from the 2015 wild card game, so don't ask.
Have you recovered?
Don't worry. I'm sure that you've got that covered with your therapist. In any case,
My huh?
It's
in
So-
any case,
So,
uh,
okay. So despite all of what I said, the Yankees are still gonna win that series, but the Guardians are gonna put up one hell of a fight. Let's just say
so you
that.
think it'll go on at least 4 games?
Maybe even 5.
Yeah, I could see that. In any case, I think it's fairly unanimous amongst us that the Yankees would win their end of the division series.
Yep. So now we
So
go to
how
the
about the bottom half? The
Yeah.
1 seed, the Houston Astros, the team that did the best this season in the American League.
yeah. Let's see. We all have the Blue Jays going up against the Astros. So
The I guess I'll let you go first this time. So.
I hate this. I hate doing this because the Astros are a bunch of cheating fucking bastards. They cheat. They are so fucking evil. Not as evil as the Yankees, but still pretty fucking evil. However, they're too good. They're too good.
Well, what's the context on them cheating? I don't think you've ever told any of us. I mean,
In 2017, when they won a World Series, it was after the fact. However, they got caught, stealing the signals from the catcher, relaying them to the pitcher, and we use a trash can to relay it to the hitters. So if it was like one bang from the trash can, it was slider. If it was two, it was curveball. If they would just rapidly do it, it was fastball.
Jesus, that's
And they especially did it during home games.
that was some that sounds like some Three Stooges shit, and it actually worked.
Yeah, until in 2019, whenever the Nationals beat the shit out of the Astros, the Nationals changed their signals specifically for that series. And yeah. But yeah, Astros are too good. Astros are too good to lose this series. What do you guys think?
I think the Blue Jays still have it in them. If nothing else, I think the Blue Jays will drag it on to 4 or 5 games.
Okay, so wait, so you're picking Blue Jays?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Astros have experience and quite a bit of good pitching, but the Blue Jays have just so much potential that they can act on. I think now is the time to act on that like high potential. They will draw it out to as many fucking games as possible, all 5 games. But I still think in the end the Blue Jays are coming out on top with great difficulty.
Okay, so you guys are picking the Blue Jays.
Yep.
On the National League Division Series,
Yeah, on that.
I've already went over a part of it where I said that if the Phillies were to win, it would be an easy thing for the Braves. I'm pretty sure everyone here agrees with that. But none
Yeah.
of us said the Phillies were going to win the wild card. All of us said the Cardinals.
Yep, all of us said the Cardinals.
And I'll go first on this one. So when it comes to the Cardinals versus the Braves, we've already talked about how the Cardinals have some of the most motivation in the entire postseason to make it to the World Series. Yep.
Mhm.
They've got so much on the line this year. And I don't think it will be an easy game against the Braves. After all, the Braves very much earned their position in the 2 seed. As much as I don't like it, they're here, and they're in this position. I think if the Mets were in this position, though, I think the Cardinals would have had a much stronger chance. Even so, I think that this will be one of the long ones. I think it'll go 4 or 5 games, but I think in the end the Cardinals will win.
Okay.
Now, take that with a grain of salt. Like I said, I have a bias.
No. I agree with you. Because, the Braves, this is their fifth this is gonna be their fifth fifth division title in a row. They have it. They're in the division series. They're the 2 seed.
You think they're gonna fly too close to the sun?
Yep, they're gonna their head's gonna be, their chins are gonna be up high, and they're gonna be like, these teams are all pathetic. We're the reigning World Series champs, and that is ultimately going to be their downfall. Cardinals in 4 games.
I think right. It's difficult because I was originally going to say the Braves. However, just because they have the potential to hit a lot of home runs doesn't mean that they're going to hit any, because the Cardinals have the pitcher, like they have so much pitching skill. I don't think they're going to give up many balls to hit anyway. So, I think the Cardinals.
Okay, so the Braves' real strength is their pitching, but the Cardinals have some of the best hitters in baseball right now.
Yep.
Yeah,
As well
it's like
as
That's the real. I think that's the real thing is that they have batters that'll be able to check the Braves' biggest strength.
yeah, I think it's the unstoppable force meets the immovable object, really.
You were saying so? Sorry to interrupt.
Another thing about that series is that I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong about this. The Cardinals might have won the overall series between the Braves. I could be wrong about this. I could be wrong. I don't feel like checking, but I think they did. All right, so now we move to the other side of the.
Talking about the August one, yes,
Okay,
they lost one game 11-4. But the others they won 6-5 and 6-3.
all right. The August series they won. I don't know about overall series, but
Let me check. Because I have it up. July series. They all. No, the Braves won the July series.
okay. So there was it like a sweep or
No, the Cardinals got a game.
okay? So they're about even.
Yeah, I think that I think no matter what, like both teams have a good chance to win, but I think both teams would do it with great difficulty.
Yeah.
Like I think the Cardinals versus the Braves is one of the games to look out for this postseason. One of the ones that you should definitely watch.
If it happens,
Yeah.
which
If it comes down to Phillies and Braves, I think you should just leave the TV off that night.
yeah.
Mm.
All right. Now we go to the other side of the National League Division Series, where we have the
I don't want to.
where we
You got
have
the Dodgers in
we
the
have the
one seed.
Dodgers and in the one seed, and for me and Cam they play the Mets, but for you Scoom they play the Padres.
Here we have the Los Angeles Dodgers in their natural habitat. Uh, now my perspective, since I'm going with the assumption that the Padres will beat the Mets, one of the reasons why, uh, one of the reasons why I said the Padres would advance is also because I want them to advance. Because I think out of the Padres and the Mets, I think the Padres are the only one of those two teams that would be equipped to fight the Dodgers. I think the Braves would be able to do it, but I don't think the Mets can do it.
Okay. All right.
Either
Why
way,
not?
like both with when it comes to the Padres and the Dodgers, I think one thing sets the Mets back considerably, and that is that they basically never play these teams.
Yeah,
I've
no.
never seen the Mets play the Dodgers or the Padres. Uh, and I think that'll set them back because how are they really gonna know what to do against them? In
Mm.
any case, for the sake of posterity and giving a decisive answer, I think the Dodgers are going to win their end of the division series.
Okay.
Wait, wait, no, sorry. I think the Padres are going to because, but with great difficulty.
All right.
I want to say that the Mets would win, but it's kind of hard. You can't lie to yourself for so long. Yeah, no, that's a really worrying matchup if the Mets win against the Padres.
Yeah, like I said, it's like terrible the Mets are in this position because they would
Yeah,
probably do well in the upper end of the wild. They would probably do well in the upper end of the NL postseason bracket, and I think the Braves would do well in the lower end, but their positions are swapped.
yeah, I'm thinking, because it's we have to go through the really fucking focused Padres, Then we have to go through the fucking Dodgers. That speaks for itself. I think the Mets are going to be worn out if they even get to before they get through NLCS. So
The offense of the Dodgers is just mean. So I think that
we've got
Mets are going to
good.
need to take some notes from the Padres on defense.
Yeah, they would have to take notes from the Padres. They're going to have to. Not to say that we don't have decent defense. We have a lot of good fielders. We have our pitchers in DeGrom and Scherzer, but I don't know. I think honestly, I think the Dodgers are going to win. But the Mets are not going down without a fucking fight. They're also probably going to have Marte on their side.
Yeah, at that
Well,
point.
we're hoping. Well, if he doesn't make a recovery, I'm just going to call him a pussy.
By the time they get to the division series, Marte should be better.
Yeah. Ooh, build a perfect bracket and compete to win $100,000.
So, Snoot, Mets versus Dodgers, what's your speculation?
Now, the Mets will have a bit of a like, how do you say it? A bit of a inconvenience for them when they start playing the Dodgers, because they're gonna have, their two lesser great pitchers basically going against two of the Dodgers' best pitchers. Their lineup is deadly. Their defense is also kind of deadly. But you go over to game 3 and 4, and you have DeGrom and Scherzer again. So you have 2 games in LA that the Mets will probably lose. However, you have 2 games in New York that the Mets could win. And if they do win those 2 games, it all goes down in game 5, where they'll have Chris Bassett and whoever the fuck the Dodgers will have out. I don't know. Maybe Tyler Alexander. I don't know. And so, with all this being put into perspective, the Mets come out in a game 5 magic game, and they win.
So you think the Mets will make the division series?
The conference
they'll
series?
Make the conference series, yeah.
Yes. I think they have the tools, they have the talent.
You know what? Speaking of absolute tools, have you guys heard of this guy called Taiwan Walker?
Man, Taiwan Walker, man. They really named him aptly because he does single-handedly walk the entire enemy team into home.
All right.
Giving up all those runs, bro.
Just so that I'm correct, Cam, you picked the Dodgers, right?
I picked the Dodgers.
All right.
Because I'm confident in the Mets. I'm just not an idiot. Also, I'm not that educated. We're gonna look back on episode 1 and we're gonna be like, "Holy shit!" Well, Snoop's not gonna look back on episode 1 and be like, "Holy shit, we've learned so much and we've come so far." Because to me, Snoop, it feels like I'm talking to a fucking 50-year-old veteran of baseball.
Like a wizard. To be fair, Snoop's just been into this stuff longer than we have.
I'm from Britain. I don't really. It's not really a popular sport. I mean, we're gonna play softball in school eventually, but that's like bigger balls. Balls. But yeah.
The Blue Jays are the only team we really have. We had the Expos, but when did they turn into the Nationals again?
I think 2003.
Okay, yeah, I was a small child when that was going on.
I was
in any case,
non-existent.
Yeah, baseball is a very small part of the Canadian collective consciousness. We have a lot more teams in the NHL. Uh, to the surprise of nobody. On the note of bad pitchers, the Cardinals. I really hope that Matthew Liberatore doesn't show up in the playoffs because his performance against the Pirates yesterday was embarrassing.
All right, so are we doing?
Losing to the Pirates
All right,
couldn't be me.
So are we doing the ALCS or the NLCS? Shut the fuck up, Cam. You lost one game against us.
You are the Pirates. You literally have to win one game, then you get your fucking asses whooped. Like you're
Okay.
like, yay! You go, yay! We won a single game, and then we literally just fucking bent you over backwards and started fucking beating you.
The Mets are not free of sin. They only needed to win one game to get the division.
I
and-
know, but we shat the bed. We used DeGrom, and we used DeGrom and Scherzer, didn't we?
Yeah. And Bassett.
And Bassett. Holy shit!
I think that if I remember right, the Braves kept putting their lefty pitchers on just so that we couldn't put the Mets couldn't put Vogel back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kept putting left-handed pitchers in. I think the third game that was the only time they put in a right-handed pitcher, and it was too late for them to even like fucking. It was too late for them because Vogelback came on and do shit.
The conference series.
Yeah.
I know we've been off topic for a bit now.
The
Slightly, but in any case, the conference series. We're all pretty unanimous on the Yankees making it here.
Yeah.
And Cam and I both think the Blue Jays will make it here. Snoot thinks the Astros will make it here.
Yes.
Snoot, since you're in the minority, I'll let you speculate first on Yankees versus Astros.
Okay.
Pick your poison, so to speak.
I hate both of these teams. Both of these teams make me cry. But
You cry at anything.
But I'm picking the Astros.
Okay.
Astros in the World Series. Again.
I think that the morale and general momentum of the Yankees are going to be enough for the Yankees to make the World Series. Whether or not they win it is another story, but
Okay, so you're picking the Yankees over the Blue Jays.
oh,
That's who.
wait, I got confused. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He's commenting on your little
Roll that back.
Astros.
I got confused for a second. I mean, Yankees versus Blue Jays.
Yeah, you both.
To be honest, though, I still think that the Yankees are going to win that. The Blue Jays and the Yankees very recently had a series, and the Blue Jays had one really good victory, so there's a chance that they'll probably still win. But the other two, actually, hold on. I want to
like
say the Yankees won that series. They won the September series. The Blue Jays won the August series. So I think I think these two are teams on very similar levels.
of hype.
I think though that at the end of the day, I think the Yankees will pull through into the World Series.
All right.
Cam, do you think the Yankees or the Blue Jays will make the World Series?
Is there a way I can say no comment?
No, you have to you have to pick one.
I have to pick. Okay.
Oh, you must swallow.
Yeah. I must pick.
You
well-
either get red pilled Yankees or blue pilled Blue Jays.
In what aspect of the Yankees red pilled? Are you implying that they have some kind of elevated consciousness?
I've never
Or
seen.
are you saying that they're like racist on the internet?
that second one.
Yankees fans on Twitter.
I'm just gonna say it now. I don't think Yankees fans are racist, but they are big pieces of shit. I don't know if they're that. I don't know if they're that big of pieces of shit, but they're pretty big pieces of shit.
Okay, so
Stop throwing
which
stop throwing garbage at opposing players.
Yeah. Okay, so before I give you my verdict, which team has the worst fans?
Yankees. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I made that very clear. They're loyal to their team, but they're shitty people.
I'm loyal to my team. I'm a shitty person. I like the Mets. Anyone who
Come on,
likes them,
but back to the topic here. Yankees and Blue Jays. Who's gonna win?
Blue Jays.
All right. So
Just because
we've actually got three different opinions here. So Cam thinks the Blue Jays will win the World Series. Well, not win. Well, they will make the World Series. I think the Yankees will make the World Series, and Snoot thinks the Astros will make the World Series.
I think my opinion might end up being the only correct one, but we'll see what happens.
your opinion is wrong.
We
would
will
like
see
to.
what happens.
I would like to be wrong.
Because to be honest, I am kind of underestimating the Astros. I haven't seen enough of them to have a fully educated opinion. I'll fully admit. If I'm wrong, it won't surprise me. In any case, then you've got the conference series
For the
on the NL,
on the
and
National
I
League
think
South.
we are all of the same mind that the Cardinals would make the conference series,
Yep.
and we've got three different ideas of who would get in the conference series
With the Cardinals.
with the Cardinals. So I think that it'll come down to Cardinals and Padres. Cam thinks it'll come down to Cardinals and Dodgers, and Snoot thinks it'll come down to Cardinals and Mets. That's the one I'm the most interested in. So Snoot, elaborate on Cardinals versus Mets. Who do you think would make it to the World Series?
All right. So Cardinals versus Mets. All right. One of the biggest rivalries of the 80s. 90s, 2000s, not really sure about all that. All I know is that in the 80s, they were huge rivals. The Mets ended up taking one of the Cardinals players who won the 1982 World Series with them, and Keith Hernandez. Keith Hernandez then went on to win a World Series in 86 with the Mets. The all-star studded Mets team of 1986, who very much should have won more than just the one, but they didn't. So yeah, this is a pretty big rivalry with these two teams, I would say. Both teams have very good lineups. Both teams have very good pitching. Overall, it's gonna be the Cardinals. Cardinals in the World Series.
Okay, so
Because the
Snoot
Cardinals.
says
Because
Cardinals versus Mets, and Cardinals win. But sorry, go on.
but the Cardinals have a, they may not have the star pitchers like Jacob deGrom or, Max Scherzer, but the pitchers they do have, they get the job done. They do just fine. Jose Quintana, who you guys stole from us, giving us Oviedo and Nunez. Thanks for Oviedo, by the way. I'm sure he will be great next year in the lineup, in the rotation. You've got Adam Wainwright, who's still pitching really, really fucking good, despite the fact he's about 40 years old. You've got Albert Pujols. I think recently he hit like his 702nd or 703rd home run.
702nd, yeah, and he's like the fourth person in the history of baseball to get a home run count of 700.
Yep. Again, you've got Paul Goldschmidt, MVP caliber season for in terms of NL guys. You've got Nolan Arenado, best defensive third baseman, can also hit really well. You've got Newt Bar, who's a good base runner, I think. I haven't really seen much of Newt Bar. Overall, the Mets have star power, but the Cardinals have firepower, and they have the confidence and they have the motivation. So overall, Cardinals.
All right. So for mine, Cardinals versus Padres. Uh, my perspective here is while I think the Padres are the best equipped team in the NL to go up against the Dodgers, the Cardinals and the Padres had a series in June and September, which I know was a few months ago now. But in the June series, the Cardinals swept the Padres, and they still won a game in the September series, even though they lost. Well, even though they lost the series overall. Uh, I think that especially once the Cardinals are that far, with the motivation that they have, the players that they have, I think the conference series will be a hard game for them, but I think the Cardinals will also make the World Series.
All right.
Cam, you believed it would come down to Cardinals and Dodgers in the NLCS, right?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Sorry,
So which of those
I
you
was
think is
keeping
gonna
myself
win?
awake. Who do I think's gonna win? Cardinals. Just straight up.
Really?
Because I feel like the Dodgers are just be a bit too over in their heads at this point now. Because
I can see it because the Cardinals are the best team in NL Central, but that's really not saying a lot.
yeah, they're going to be. I feel like the Dodgers are just going to underestimate the sheer potential of the Cardinals and just how good they can be. So yeah, I think the Cardinals are going to catch them with their pants down, so to speak, and I think they are going to win that series.
All right.
So in all, I want to say our prediction for what the World Series is going to be. We're not going to predict winners, obviously.
No, we can predict winners.
Oh, okay. I thought
I'll
we weren't. I thought you said that before.
No, don't worry about it. We're on.
In any case, so in Cam's opinion, the World Series will come down to the Blue Jays and Cardinals. In my opinion, I think it'll come down to the Yankees and Cardinals, and in Snoot's opinion, it'll come down to the Astros and Cardinals. In any case, we think unanimously that the Cardinals are going to make the World Series.
Yes.
If we turn out to be wrong, we're gonna look like a whole bunch of clowns, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. I'll back the Cardinals every day of my fucking life.
I've got the clown makeup ready.
All right. So
So,
who you guys picking for the World Series?
for the World Series, I think that I've talked a lot about the Yankees' morale and the Cardinals' drive, and frankly, I think the force of the Cardinals' drive is stronger. I think the force of their stakes, the pressure, is going to carry them further than how much the Yankees hype themselves up.
There's so much on the line.
All right.
And the Cardinals are not known like the Mets to cave under pressure. No offense.
No, you're right.
That seems to be like the biggest weakness of the Mets, in my opinion, is that they don't do well with pressure.
No, we kind of crumble under it.
So the Cam Blue Jays and Cardinals. What's your take?
Blue Jays and Cardinals. I mean, honestly, I think it's I think to me this is just going to be a Cardinals win. Obviously the Blue Jays are really fucking determined. And they should be determined if they get to this point. But I think the Cardinals will just have to go. Well, not they won't go through hell, so to speak, but they are going to be fighting tooth and nail to get to this point, so that their like their hype and drive is increased tenfold. Obviously, any team would be hyped just to compete for the World Series, but I think it comes down to the Cardinals winning.
In any case, the Cardinals and the Blue Jays is probably the World Series that I want to see the most.
I
'Cause
think
as a Canadian, for me, whoever loses, I win.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
so
win.
Snoot, Cardinals and Astros. You think the Cardinals could do it against the Astros?
Here's my thought process. Here's my thought process here, because
You think?
shut the fuck up. Because that the Astros, you know, they have the solid lineup of hitters. They have a pretty good rotation. They've got a pretty outstanding bullpen, you know. Everyone else, you know, they've kind of just blown over. They've blown over in my eyes. Fuck, what was that series again? Was the Blue Jays? Yeah, it was the Blue Jays. They've blown up the Blue Jays. They've gotten the Blue Jays. They've gotten the Yankees. I picked the Yankees, right? Yeah,
Yes, you did.
I picked the Yankees. You know,
I think we all picked Yankees. I don't think any of us are of the opinion that the Rays or the Guardians could compete.
yeah. However, for some reason, for some unknown reason, these small market NL teams get the best of the Astros. We saw it in 2019 against the Nationals. We saw it last year against the Braves. So I think for the third year in a row where the Astros have competed for a World Series to cleanse themselves of the cheating label that they were given in 2017, the Cardinals win. Well, not the Cardinals third time in a row, the NL team, the NL small market team. Because there's just something about these small market teams.
The Astros just can't shake it.
They can't. They're just like, especially in the postseason, they're just like, huh?
And the Astros continue to be the main antagonist of baseball.
Yeah.
They even have like those like cool space jerseys that make them look like they're a team from like a futuristic dystopia.
Yeah. Well, they were named after the what used to be their stadium, the Astrodome, which was designed specifically based off of, like, you know, the booming sci-fi era of the 1960s.
Didn't the place get turned into a theme park, or am I thinking of a different Astro place?
It didn't turn into a theme park, but it had a theme park
Next to it.
Yeah, it had one like right next to it, and then
I don't know.
I know there's a Defunct Land video on that one. I definitely recommend checking that out.
Yeah, that was a
Shout out to Defunct Land, by the way.
Yeah, shout
that
out
guy
to
does good work.
He has awesome work.
I don't know about y'all, but the only Electrodome I ever think of, or Astrodome, is the one from Mario Kart.
The
Mario
Electrodome.
Kart 8 in specific. That I hate that track so much. It can die.
That is a pretty awful. Actually, no, it's not. It's not that bad. It's not as bad. It's not as Electrodome from Mario Kart 8.
I actually, believe it or not, I've never played Mario Kart 8. I want to.
Oh
Never
my
had the chance.
days!
Well, when I get an SD card for my Switch, that'll probably be one of the first games I'll look at.
All right.
Yeah, it's a good party game.
This is a very good game. Very good.
I
Recommend.
mean, to be honest, with all that we've said, I said this when I was just a little stupid dumb baby boy like 2 weeks ago. For the postseason, I would have really loved to see the Yankees and Mets compete for the World Series, but I just think the Mets can't cut it. I just think the Mets cannot cut it at all.
I think that Subway Series would have been possible, and in fact, maybe even likely if the Mets had gotten the 2 seed. I think the issue is the Mets didn't place in the part of the playoffs that mattered.
They are in a very bad position. They are going to try and get it, but eventually it is just going to, well, it's just going to be null. It's not going to work out for them.
It's all gonna go to the Cardinals, or at least what we think. That's what we all collectively agree on. We may not collectively agree on some of the other teams, but that doesn't matter. In the end, the Cardinals win the World Series, as I feel like they should. You know, a nice final ride for Albert Pujols, Yadier Molina, and potentially Adam Wainwright. And speaking,
those great players at the Cardinals, they deserve this last hurrah, if anything. So they're definitely not only the one that I think will win the World Series, but they're the one that I think deserve to win the World Series.
Yeah.
Yep. But let us know what you guys think will happen for the World Series. Maybe you agree with us, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't really watch baseball a whole lot, and you, for some reason, picked the Pirates to win the World Series.
If you did that, you're fucking stupid.
If you've done that, I'm sorry.
Maybe you're just still living in 1979. I don't blame you. That was a very good year for us, but I'm sorry. But
you weren't even alive in that year.
Yeah, but
he's allowed to dream.
I'm allowed to like a year that I wasn't born in because my team won the World Series.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I'm allowed to love Bob Gibson, even though by the time I got into baseball, he had been dead for years.
All right. Well, that's gonna wrap it up this week's episode. We're gonna try to
Gibson's soul, by the way.
Yeah. We're gonna try to record episodes every Tuesday. We decided not to this Tuesday because playoffs weren't set this Tuesday, and we were like, well, I was like,
I really want the first episode to be about the postseason.
Yeah.
Give us something to really chew on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was stupid, really chew on.
Hoping that the Braves would get swept and then the Mets would sweep. Obviously, the Mets swept. Also, before this episode ends, who thinks that dog that caught Lindor's home run is a really good boy? Because
I think they should put him on the Mets.
They should put him on the Mets.
Nothing on the rules that says a dog can't play baseball.
Exactly.
Let us know in the comments if you agree. But that's gonna wrap up the show. For reals this time. For real. Anyways. For real. Let us know your World Series predictions in the comments. Let us know what kind of content you would, what topic we should use for an episode. If it's like a big, headline, we'll probably use it, but just in case we don't, put it in the comments section. Slide us over a couple ideas since we might be bankrupt for the off season when it happens. But it's fine. Anyways, until next time, this has been SCS Baseball. See ya.
Hey, Mario is on TV. Come watch.
Don't forget, you're gonna be hearing yourself at the end of this.
Oh no. I'm gonna sound like a fucking dweeb, bro. Mario is on TV. Come watch, please.
I've seen like a glimpse of some of the characters, and Mario looks
I-
fine, but everybody else
I-
looks off.
Oh yeah, I saw Mario. Mario looks fine. Someone asked me in school while they looked over my shoulder. They went, "Oh, why does Mario look like that?" And I was like, "What look like what?" And he's like, "Where are the clothes details?" And I'm like, "Well, it's fabric and stuff. It's actually a really good detail, like Sonic's gloves."
Yeah, like that shit is necessary. It's almost as if attention to detail is important.